show hosts.
Oh, really? That's so fun.
What?
The recording, it looks like we're talk show hosts.
Awesome.
That's great.
Good morning, Monday Magic.
So now my son always knows when I get dressed up like this because I never wear a dress or a skirt unless I'm coming to Mary Kay. So he'll always say, "Have fun at Mary Kay, Mama."
Oh, that's so cute. That's so
I
adorable.
like your tutu, he tells me all the time.
Oh,
Your
love
it.
tutu.
That's so
Oh,
That's hilarious.
okay. So
Nope.
we are recording.
We are
right?
recording.
Yes.
We're live.
Perfect. All right. Awesome. All right. So we are going to jump in and go ahead and get started. Welcome, welcome, welcome to My Day Magic. Super, super excited for you guys to be here. We are counting down the days.
Hours.
Oh my gosh. Actually, you guys, what is it? 2 days?
Hours.
Hours.
Tomorrow.
We only have tomorrow.
No, I can see why you guys think that we're talk show hosts, but look, like hours.
Love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, awesome. So we are going to just go ahead and dive on in. Couple small changes, just as a forewarning. We're going to try to condense our training on the regular to keep it within an hour. So starting from 6:30 to 7:30, give us a little bit of grace in terms of starting on time, because a lot of what that last minute delay is really making sure that we get those last minute accountabilities in, because we want to celebrate you guys. It's incredibly crucial. So that's just a heads up. Now, of course, starting off every meeting is our affirmation. So if you are here locally in the studio, please stand up and repeat after me. I am great.
I am great.
And because I am great,
And because I am great,
great things happen to me.
great things happen to me.
I am faithful.
I am faithful.
And because I am faithful,
And because I am faithful,
fear has no place in me.
fear has no place in me.
I am powerful.
I am powerful.
And because I am powerful,
And because I am powerful,
I can do anything I make my mind up to do.
I can do anything I can make my mind up to do.
I am beautiful,
I am beautiful,
talented,
talented,
and wealthy beyond all belief.
and wealthy beyond all belief.
And because I am beautiful,
And because I am beautiful,
talented,
talented,
and wealthy beyond all belief,
and wealthy beyond all belief,
I share my gifts with the world
I share my gifts with the world
and make it a better place.
and make it a better place.
Wonderful.
Yay!
All right. Woo! I really would encourage you. This will be a staple. You're going to hear the affirmations, but I encourage you to say a daily affirmation to yourself in the mirror, because you need to hear the words that are coming out of your mouth. You need to breathe life into yourself, because it's hard to fill someone else's cup when yours is empty. And know that part of the power that you have comes from the conviction that you build in knowing who you be and where your power comes from. Okay. So having that been said, very, very quickly, we're going to do some announcements and reviews. Okay, so let's see here. For the I Am Powerful unit, you guys are going to be flying out, I think, tomorrow.
Wednesday.
Wednesday is the start of your seminar. So if you have not already connected with your leader, amazing sales director, Miss Victoria Try, please do so to make sure that you have your flight coordinated, hotel is set up, and everything. If you are one of those people that you've just decided last minute that you're going to register, connect with her ASAP. Okay, we want to make sure that you are included, that this is one of your best experiences ever. Okay, for those of you in the Love National area and a part of the Boss unit, today is the last day to purchase your Love Awards Night tickets, and I believe all of us have, but I just want to throw it out there in case I'm forgetting something. Or again, if you're one of those people that are just like trying to get the money together last minute or whatever, organized so that you can attend seminar, keep that in mind. Let's see here, bracelet brunch. Okay, so the bracelet brunch, we had originally planned to do it the second week of our second Saturday of every month, but we had a great turnout this week, and we had a wonderful, wonderful brunch, and we did not take any pictures.
No, we didn't. We were just so deep in it.
Oh my
Sorry,
gosh,
you guys.
it was like such a wonderful 2 hours
Yeah.
of brain sesh,
can't believe we
and
forgot.
I know, totally. It's like when you get into it, you get into it. It's
Right.
not, it's all about the
We
experience.
need paparazzi, like,
right?
for real.
Yeah. I'm all about the experience. I'm not about the paparazzi, me personally. But so in that conversation, though, one of the things I realized is that it's so much more important timing. And so we're going to move that up to the first Saturday of each month. So that brunch for both red jackets. So if you are a red jacket, the first Saturday of every month will be the red jacket coffee meet and greet, which starts from 10 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock. And then the bracelet brunch will be 11:15 to 12:30. Okay. If you have any questions about that, please let us know. But that's when we're going to be having them. So then the next brunch will be, can you pull the meeting link and send it to Vanessa, please?
August 5th.
On what?
I got it. It's on the one that you sent today in Foster.
August 5th.
Okay, so August 5th will be the next brunch and red jacket meeting. Okay, let's see here. Okay, Star Dinner, Star Quarter in September 15th. The Star Dinner will be September 18th. It will be Italian food. It will be catered, and you do not want to miss. I've already started working on the menu, and I can tell you that one of the dishes that will be served is a wonderful mussel Alfredo with a Chardonnay wine butter sauce. Just to let you know, because it's that good. Yes. It's going to be good.
Fancy.
Yes, it's going to be very fancy. So, also PCP, if you have people that are into PCP, yes, I even almost forgot about it. Our lovable Miss Allie, who's visiting family in San Diego, reminded me today, and Miss Victoria posted in my unit page, which I did not see because I have not been on social media. Miss Victoria, aka Mom. So make sure that you take advantage of that. So this is my small caveat. If you have a bunch of people that are in your customers, but you don't know who's really great orders and who's not, I would encourage you to try to go through your last sales slips and maybe consider those people to send it out. There is a price piece in that at 70 cents per person that you register. So be mindful of the money that you're spending, because I wouldn't want you to just send it out randomly to people. And if they haven't bought from you, there's probably a less expensive way of maintaining business with them rather than doing that. So kind of consider your audience and who would actually appreciate those PCPs. But it does end tonight. Make sure that you have them registered and taken care of today.
Perks, huge perks when you participate in PCP is that you get to order early with stars. So if you weren't a star last quarter, you want to get on PCP, which is really exciting. So the cost savings is huge, you guys. Two, you have a sample in the lookbook that your customers can try, and you have a reason to call back and follow up. Okay. One more thing that I wanted to say. Another, if you are consistent in inputting your customers into your InTouch, you can go into My Customers, click on Orders, and you can see all the orders that you have sold to your customers, so you know who you sold to this past month, this past quarter, and who purchased skincare, who didn't. So you can go in there really quickly and knock that out and register them for PCP. Cool.
Yeah.
Yay.
And then the final piece to that, once you've identified people and you have them set up, even if you just pick 10 people to start off with, I mean, it's going to be $7, okay? But that $7 is selling one mascara. And if you take the time after the PCP has been mailed out to follow up with the report that will print out for all the people that you have registered for the PCP, it will bring you back 10 times fold and further solidify your customer service for those clients, okay? So that is PCP.
Is due it.
Huh?
It is due it.
Today.
Today.
By midnight.
It is due today.
Today.
I put a thing on the Facebook.
Okay.
Look at it.
I feel like there was something else.
It's stuck. Summer Beauty Academy.
Oh, yes.
Summer Beauty Academy. So we were talking about the dates and we were talking about the days, and I think we both came to the conclusion that Friday nights would be the best. Friday evenings for you guys to come in and sit in. If you don't have a guest, you can do it on yourself, but preferably bring guests.
So we've changed Summer Beauty Academy to 7 p.m. on Friday nights. So I will update the flyer accordingly because I think there's dates all throughout that flyer, but just make the adjustment on your paper calendar. It's the Friday instead of Saturday morning. It's Friday evenings, 7 o'clock. And we are strongly encouraging you that unless you are a makeup guru, then maybe this isn't going to serve you. But if you're not, whether or not you have guests, we would encourage you to come because you're going to learn not only how to do these secondary appointments, but you'll pick up new skills, new tips that'll help you service your clients and really help you maintain a good, strong, solid client base. Okay.
And we were also talking about it being a classic second appointment.
Oh, yes. And yes. And that was the other thing, is that it being a second appointment. So for those of you that are local and taking advantage of this and just watching this replay later, is that if you are having people come to the Summer Beauty Academy, it is the expectation that you have already done a basic skincare on them. This is expected to be a traditional second appointment in the sense that they've already done the full microderm treatment, and this is a follow-up for them. And what that appointment will look like is a basic wash, moisturizer, I don't even think I'm going to do eye cream, and a satin lips. Then we will jump into whatever the makeup, if it's makeup, contouring, all that. We'll do basic set to prep the skin, but it is the expectation that they've already seen this, because we are still going to provide layers for you. And this additional layer is a makeup piece, giving them something else to fall in love with, another opportunity to hear more about the company and fall in love with us and who we be and what we do for our community and what we do for each one of our customers. However, it needs to be a second appointment. Having it be a first appointment, it does not serve them, and we are here to be servants to them and make sure the experience is the best. Okay, and it's not going to serve you because if they're not getting the full experience, they don't really get to appreciate the products. So again, it's a traditional second appointment. Okay.
And there's a flyer for that? I don't remember seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
Can you, but you're gonna update
We're
it?
gonna
I have to update it. I'll
And
repost.
you'll repost it?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And we are going to try, okay, no promises, but we'll try to record them so that you guys can actually have them as resources, because each one of them is a different subject. Last weekend was Perfect the Pout. Was it Lash Bash this week? Oh my God, I can't remember. Anyways,
Yeah, we gotta look at it.
Naked Truth, something like that.
It's a naked truth.
It's important.
Yes.
So that is that. Any other questions? Okay, so we're going to jump on into recognition. And okay. Yeah. Okay. Actually, first of all, I want to start off with the weekly wins. I always forget these, so we're going to start off with this. So our weekly wins, Miss Stacy is going to seminar, which I'm super excited about.
Yay!
Miss Carissa, I think that's right, Carissa,
Yes.
is one step closer to making Mary Kay a full-time job. Oh, that's so exciting. Look at that. It's a good thing I got good makeup. Okay. All right. Jasmine is having consistency and being a bigger person despite situations that make you want to be petty. And that is so huge. It is so huge because this is a human business. And sometimes we deal with not so savory humans. And hurting people hurt, and they can be really nasty. And I'm very excited that she's finding her own way to deal with that and not stoop to their level. Miss Jenna shared with us that she's super excited to go to seminar, and she loves that as of today, her Mary Kay business paid for everything. What? That is huge. That is huge. And to think, and I just want to share, just to think, you never know what can happen. I met Jenna. She is a personal team member of mine. I met at a Pride Festival that I just so happened to step out of my comfort zone and talk to her. And when I saw her, I saw this fiery, redhead, bright, dark glasses, kind of like that really pretty, like vibrant, kind of like sexy Clark Kent sort of thing. But it's like Supergirl, if you will. But I was like intimidated. I was like this little bombshell here. But I talked to her anyways. And it has been 3 years of joy and excitement in watching her and being privileged enough to be in her space because she is an amazing person. So you never know whose lives you will change. You never know. So anyways, all right, ready to celebrate our queens? Let's do this. All right, so first we're going to talk about faces. If you put product on any face this week, I want you to stand up for recognition. Yay! And then we'll pivot so they don't look at us. Yeah.
No.
Okay. Yep.
No, oh, you guys, my
Right, I don't want to
That's
look
such
at
a
her.
good shot. That's fantastic. Okay.
A little bit.
All right. So please say standing if you saw 2 or more faces. 3 or more faces, please come to the front.
Come on.
Okay. Cool. All right.
You guys are gonna get car sick here.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, just.
All right. So please. Okay. So our Duchess for the week with.
You're gonna ban a white ass.
Right, our Duchess for the week with 3 faces is Miss Jenna Smith. Congratulations. Our princess, who is rocking her business out, making sure to see as many faces as she can before seminar, Miss Jasmine. Woo! Dude, I'd still go in there and put a crown on her.
Do it.
I would.
There goes Victoria.
And our queen with 10 faces this week, the amazing, the fantastic, she loves purple, Miss Victoria Allen. Woo! Okay, perfect. All right, very, very quickly. What was the one thing, Miss Victoria, that you did that helped you see those 10 faces this week?
I followed up with my customers to make sure they would be there.
Perfect.
Nice.
All right, follow up is key. Awesome. All right, do we have a photo?
No.
Okay.
It got recording.
All right.
Yeah,
Next.
yeah.
Moving right along. Okay. Now we're going to talk about sales. Please stand up if you had any sales this week whatsoever. For a round of applause. Okay. Please come forward, Miss Jennifer Simonis, Miss Victoria Allen, and Miss Jasmine.
Woo!
All right.
All 3.
Okay. So our princess this week hails from Arkansas with $105 in sales. Congratulations, Miss Jennifer Simonis.
Yay!
Our princess hails from the Sacramento area with $227, just shy of a star week, Miss Jasmine. Woo! And our queen, no surprise with 10 faces, with $332 in sales, a star week of sales, Miss Victoria Allen. Woo!
See, I told you I was Queen Victoria.
Yes.
Right? And she's moving too, but you're a lot quicker than Queen Victoria. With that dress and corset, she wasn't moving too fast.
Oh yeah.
All right.
She's on roller skates.
So now we're going to talk about our court of sharing. Our court of sharing, I'm very, very excited to give a honorable mention to Miss Jasmine. She had 1 in-person share. We are going to be reserving the crown for team members when they add them. So we're going to celebrate you and your activity. She will get 2 additional entries for the raffle for the director lunch that is earned at the end of the month. However, the queen crown will be given to people who have actual team members signed for the week, okay? So we really want to encourage you guys to do more shares, and doing more of the shares, you will get more of the team members, and we want to celebrate the activity that not only is going to build your business, but it's also going to give you that recognition on the national stage, okay? So, position available. Last but not least, bookings. Please stand up if you had any bookings this week so we can celebrate you. Woo! All right. Perfect. Okay. Please. Oh, wow. Okay. So you might as well, all of you come to the front because there's like a 5-way tie. All right. So our princess, because we have like actually a 4-way tie for princess, Miss Jenna Smith, Miss Jennifer Simonis, Miss Stacy, and Miss Jessica all had 2 new bookings on their books. Congratulations. That's awesome because 2 new bookings translates to the activity that will get you at least 1 to hold, which keeping with that activity in 1 month will give you 4 bookings held. Okay. Now, our queens for the month, no surprise, it is a double queen. Miss Victoria Allen and Miss Jasmine both had 4 new bookings on their books. Congratulations. Okay.
It's
now,
getting bigger. It's bigger.
Right?
It's getting bigger.
Okay,
That's
each
right.
one of you that is now within the view of the camera, please share with us the one thing that you did to get your bookings.
Okay, so I picked up my fish bowls when I came back from my trip, and I called them. And then I called my referrals that had been sitting there stacking up. And I returned the phone calls that I was going to ignore because it was after 8:30 when he called me back. And I said, no, I'll pick it up and talk to him. So it's just making sure I pick up the phone.
Okay?
I don't know how else to do that. You just got to do it, even if you don't want to.
Miss Jessica?
What was your question? What did we do to get the booking?
Yep.
I called people.
Wow. That's okay.
Referrals.
Referrals? Okay.
Yeah, I just called.
And Miss Jenna?
I did none of that.
What did you do?
Nothing. I actually had the last week or so, I've just been kind of letting my business do what it needed to do while I spent time with friends that I put off while I was finishing the seminar year. And I just happened to meet new friends, and my best friend, who is all on Mary Kay, her whole family's on Mary Kay, talked a lot about me. So when she met me, she was like, I need a facial. And I was like, great, you and your husband are here. She has multi-masking in her bathroom. Let's go.
Okay, awesome. So
I
word
put
of mouth
all
and
appointments in
chatting.
that, but I didn't call.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, wonderful.
Quick picture, please. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, awesome. So it is now 6:59. And what we wanted to do is a couple things. So another change you're going to see is our red jackets are going to be doing product knowledge every single week. You're going to get 1 to 2. You forgot about that. You forgot about it? Okay. So we're going to do 1 to 2 product knowledge presentations by our red jackets in each meeting so that you guys can have them and learn more about the product so that you are more well-versed. And it's going to talk about not only what it does, how it's used and active ingredients, but how you sell it and who you sell it to. Okay. So we will be starting that tonight. You will get a video posted by Team Builder. Jennifer Simonis out of Arkansas will be posting a link that you'll get out of your unit page that will go over the basic. Time-wise basic, okay? And you'll also see a video post later on this evening from the Star Team Builder, Jenna Smith, who will be posting.
I could do it now.
She can do it.
I got it.
Okay,
I got it.
okay, never mind. She will do this live for you guys to learn about the men's line, okay? So let us jump right in, and we'll go ahead and turn the camera so that you can see and learn all about.
Hi. So yeah, I forgot, or I would have brought the stuff. Okay, so for the men's line, obviously it's for men, it's in gray bottles, and a lot of people, when I started, I thought it was the exact same thing as the basic line, just in gray bottles. And there are some basic differences on it. The men's line face wash is not a 3-in-1 wash like the women's is. It is a combination oily wash. There is no normal to dry version. And it does have higher toners than the women's line. And according to Mary Kay, I did a lot of research on it when I first started selling it, because I had a couple of men that I sold it to and it extremely dried out the face. And I was really confused because at that time I was under the impression it's the same. And the reason is men's chemistry plus their typical work environment requires more toners. And one of the other things with the men's line is their moisturizer has their sunscreen in it. So like the basic set where the moisturizer and the sunscreen are separated, the men's, they are together. And so when you are demoing the line and you are selling the line and you are coaching your male clients, you need them to understand that just because it says SPF does not mean you don't use it after you wash your face at night. That will avoid men getting extra dryness here with using the face wash that has extra toner. So they would use their face wash, same way we use ours, same way you demo it. And then they would use the moisturizer with sunscreen in it. And then they have an eye cream. Their eye cream is pretty much formulated like ours, except it is more water-based. It has more ounces in it because men tend to overuse products, and they don't want men to overuse it. The men's line then also has a shave foam. When you are recommending the shave foam in any other products, you want to talk to your guys and be like, hey, do you shave? Do you shave with a straight razor, or do you shave with an electrical razor, and how often do you shave? If they shave with an electrical razor, the shave foam does not help them. They will not use it. They don't need it. They still need the aftershave though, which is the other product in the men's line. Our aftershave has aloe in it, coconut, and a couple other extracts that are very similar to like our pore minimizer and our soothing,
Eye gel?
no, the gel mask.
Oh.
So it gives you that calm, cool, hydrated feeling. Think about as women, what it would be like to take an electric razor and shave your legs. What is the first thing you do? You moisturize. Okay? Otherwise you get razor burn, your legs itch, your legs burn, things like that. So that's what an aftershave does for a man. So as women, like sometimes we don't really realize, like when they shave their face, it's the same as if we shaved our legs. Or you shave your armpits, you put deodorant on, you do other things like that. So there's only 4 basic things in the men's line. It's the face wash, the moisturizer, the sunscreen, the eye cream, and the aftershave, and then the shave foam. The other things with men, and you're marketing the men's line, that you would want to add into it is like the microdermabrasion. That is also, we're talking to your guys and making sure that you know what their shaving routine is. You cannot have a man microderm the same day he shaves, unless he is only microderming his forehead and his nose. Same with the charcoal mask, the glycolic peel, and exfoliation. A guy's shaving is the same level of exfoliation as a microderm, and you can over-irritate their skin. You can, with the men's line, take out the moisturizer with the sunscreen if it feels too greasy for them, or if they're not using it at night, and substitute it with the basic set moisturizer plus the solution. The biggest things for like active ingredients in the men's is, like I said, you want to make sure that if your guy is a normal to dry guy, he realizes what that means, because I've had a lot of guys that are like, oh, my skin is normal, and it's like, I see the glisten from a mile away, your skin is not normal. But if it truly is, you might need to add a better moisturizer, or actually put him on botanicals or the basic line, because the men's face wash has more toner in it. If you can still get your hands on the face bar, it's different. The men's face bar is designed normal to dry, which we do not sell anymore, but some people still have. And then with your aftershave and your shave foam, they have coconut extracts, aloe, things like that, which you do want to pay attention to with allergies. For demographics and who you sell to, it's basically men. But here's the other thing, the men's shave foam makes the best shaving cream for your legs. So that's another thing that you can sell that to, so you can use that for women. Application is pretty simple. Mary Kay did a really great job making it easy to sell to men and easy for men to do it in their own home. My uncle is one of my best clients for the shave foam because he is bald and he shaves his head. So he uses the shave foam there. All my other male clients, I pretty much do not demo the men's line. If a man comes to a facial that like a woman booked, and he's just coming to support his girlfriend or something like that, they get demoed the regular line. Because having extra bottles with the men's line doesn't make a difference. It's not like the repair line or the acne where they really need to feel it. Men and selling to men is very simple and very easy. You do not need to build a rapport or a relationship with him. You need to be truthful honest and make sure you're digging out the right questions from him, because he's going to say everything's fine. And so you kind of have to dig. How do you shave? How often do you wash your face? Where do you work? So that you can suggest the right thing. But if you have any, if a guy feels like you have any sense of authority on an issue, they will trust you and they will believe you. I have probably 4 or 5 clients that are guys just from the gym. Some guys that just I happen to talk to and know, and I'd be like, man, I could really fix your acne. You know that's what I do, right? Like, can I give you something? And they're like, how much? And I'm like, here, try it. Call me in a week. And I can give them like a sample. Guys really truly trust you in this department, and if you talk to them like your friend, especially if you have an in, the men in your life is your best in. You can get every man you know. We're using Mary Kay because they're friends or their family. They will sell to other men for you. And I mean, you don't have to demo it. You just need to tell them it works. And you just have to do your job and your research on their skin types, their allergies, and what their work life looks like. Most men I have on face primer, the men's line, spot treatment, acne gel is great for a lot of men.
Awesome. Perfect.
Okay.
Fabulous.
Is there any questions?
That was good. That was great. If you have any questions, please post below the video for this, or Voxer, myself, or Victoria personally, so we can address them and make sure that you guys get your questions answered. Okay. So now we're going to jump into the topic for today, and we're going to talk about really about your booking calls and how to coach your bookings. We got some really great feedback about the challenges that people are facing now that we focused on getting leads and, you know, having the resources, or the tools rather, to make the booking calls, getting them to hold and getting the booking calls to stick right before seminar, right after, because that's our goal, is trying to make sure that our business is packed before and after, when we're not here to actually actively work our businesses, because we're investing in our mindset and our skills. So one of the first things we really wanted to focus on and kind of ask the question, and this is an important thing to ask yourself: are you truly booking? Are you truly booking? Are you even doing the work? Because if you're reaching out to myself or Victoria and you're like, I'm just not getting the bookings, open up your date book and tell me, how many bookings do you have on your books for this next week? And how many phone calls have you done? And if you don't know, you need to track it. You should be having a log of the phone calls that you're making. And I will show you now. Where is it? This almost looks like a big book of ideas. This is my log. I have over 300, I have over 300 leads in here. There are only 3 pages right now that I'm working on just in this book, because this particular book happens to be referrals. I have another book that is new leads, and I have another book that is actually bridal that's over 100. In order to keep track of them, you need a tracking system. This also allows you to see how many calls you're actually making. If you want something like this, I know that it's posted in my unit page. We will post this in our individual unit pages for you guys to look at. You should be tracking. Okay, so if you can answer to yourself honestly that yes, I'm doing bookings, then really you're wanting to look at how many bookings are you getting. Now, most of us, like right now, we had, for this last week, we had 4 people that had 2 new bookings on their books, which is great. And we had 2 people that had 4. So what you want to look at is, if you are wanting to have a part-time Mary Kay business, you should expect to hold 3 appointments minimum each week. If you're expecting to hold 3, we need to book twice as many as we are holding. So we should be booking 6 appointments or more. If you are wanting Mary Kay to pay you like a part-time job, you need to work it like a part-time job. If you're only investing in 10 booking calls a week, statistically, most leads you'll get about 1 in 8. You'll get a booking. So if you're only doing 10 in a week, you're only likely to get 1 booking. So you're not even reaching the minimum that you are that is the expectation for part-time. Okay, so know that if you're wanting Mary Kay to be your full-time job, to treat you like a full-time business, then you're going to want to hold at least 10 or more appointments. No. Yes, right? Yeah, 8 to 10, which means you need to book. No, it's 5 or more. It's 5. Sorry, let me back that and retract. You want to hold 5 to 8, which means you need to book 10 to 16. And if Mary Kay is your full-time business and you're not having those numbers, then we need to look at how many calls would you need to make to get those bookings. Okay, and just as a review, you're going to look at 7 to 8, let's say 8 phone calls for each booking, which means you're going to be doing almost 100 phone calls to get the 10 to 16 appointments that you want. So make sure you have at least 100 or more leads.
So it's
and make sure
10 to 15 a day.
Yeah, breaking it down, you can do it 10 to 15 a day or 30 in a day, 3 days in a row if you're using the booking challenge, and cycle through. Okay. So that is kind of like the activity that you guys are wanting to have. Okay. Now, let's talk about what are the words that you're using. So Miss Victoria brought up a good point, and I think that it's really one that you should share with them about really looking at how your words play and influence your bookings.
Okay, so we all have scripts, right? We know which of the scripts that we are using, that we are comfortable with, and that work. Okay, so if you're getting bookings on your date book, you know, 9 times out of 10, you already have a script, okay? Because people just don't book when you have nothing to say. So with that, it does have a lot to do with verbiage, and it could be a minor tweak like a word, or just the tone of voice and how you present it.
Confidence.
Exactly. And also reading the other person on the other phone. It has a lot to do with personalities. Okay, so and then with that verbiage, like first off, either if it's leaving a first like message or if it's talking to them over the phone right away, it's the follow-up. What's the follow-up verbiage look like? And how often do you follow up, if you follow up, right? So that's kind of what we were talking about. So when we're working together and we're trying to find out, okay, so what's really happening on your date book and what do your calls look like? I remember, being asked that question, and my answer would be, well, it's something to this, like I would say something like this, and then I wouldn't give my coach or my mentor the exact verbiage that I was using. Does that make sense? So there's no way for us to help, like what's exactly happening. So either we're booking together side by side and booking on our date book, or we're doing a little bit of role playing. I mean, either way, it's going to help. And when we work together, just listening to Miss April here, like booking somebody over the telephone, the cell phone. There's a couple of tweaks that she made where my verbiage is almost exactly the same, but probably I would say like 3-4 lines are quite different in the way she presents it and the way her voice inflection is. And it totally worked for that particular person. Does that make sense? Are you kind of following me? Okay. So my question to you is, what are you using? If we woke you up at 4 a.m. in the morning out of a dead sleep, would you be able to book us? Like, like that. I mean, I remember Leslie in
Well,
her training,
I
like
could say the
old
words,
school.
but it wouldn't be nice.
Like seriously, like that's how we booked. Like if she woke me up, you know, out of a dead sleep with my phone, she's like, okay, book me. I'm like, okay. And even if you were sitting in the back of the Cadillac and she was talking to a brand new team member and she was helping her on coaching and booking and things like that. I remember sitting in the back of the Cadillac while we were driving. I think it was coming home from seminar. And we were talking to somebody and they're like, well, what do you say? What do you say when you book somebody? Bleh. And I booked her right over the car phone. And she was just a consultant. So how good are you at your bookings? Like rate yourself. Like, are you a number 1 where you've never done it before or even attempted or don't even know what I'm talking about? Or are you a 10 where you're just like, I've got this down and I can teach somebody else how to do it. I'm a master consultant. Where are you?
9 to 10. I will pop it off at the beginning with nothing in front of me because I've read it so many times, and I happen to get phone calls and I don't have anything in front of me, so and I'm fairly close to what I should normally say from memory. But when I sit down, I usually have my scripts in front of me so that I can go, la 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 la.
Right.
La, 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 la.
And most of us do.
Yeah.
most
that's
of us
how I do it.
Security blanket.
Yeah, it's your
It is my
your
security
your scripts are your security blanket. We
And I
have
try very
them.
hard to stick to those.
We have them regardless
Mhm.
because you know we'll get distracted and then we'll say something stupid.
I have a
Sometimes it'll work,
question.
sometimes it won't.
Not really, but.
What about like a commitment statement at the end after you book them? And it's basically to say, you know, you're going to be there regardless. Like you can count on me. Can I count on you? Type of thing. Like, do you guys have one? I know that Wendy has taught on this before, and that's where I got the whole commitment statement. And I've had one off and on, but do you guys have one that you say with your people once you book them?
I do when I say it over the phone, and I also do when I am confirming their appointment through text. So, can you? What's your commitment statement that you're doing?
I haven't. You
haven't used it in a while?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never even heard of this stuff.
So,
Enlighten me, please.
can you repeat what you said about your
So,
commitment
like-
statement? I'm gonna turn this around. Hold on.
So, like my question.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you guys specifically have a commitment statement for after you've booked them that says, you know, you can count on me. I'm going to be there, rain or shine. If anything should happen, like let me know 24 or 48 hours in advance or, you know, whatever along those lines.
Right.
And can I count on you?
Yes.
And if something does happen, like have that open communication.
Right. Yeah. And
But
it happens.
have verbiage where it, you know, the whole psychological part.
Yeah, no, totally. And it happens in the conversation. Like I'll tell them, okay, so I have you down for Monday night at 6:30. I pre-profile her on the phone already.
Yes.
So that way I have all that information. Tell me a little bit about your skin. Are you a combination oily, normal to dry? If there was anything that you would like to change or improve about your skin, what would it be? What ingredients are you allergic to, if any? Okay, awesome. So the next thing that I will need is your guest list.
Okay. Yeah.
Next thing I need is your guest list. I will ask them the same quick questions about their skin. And how soon can you get this to me? Is tomorrow good for you, or tomorrow Tuesday, or tomorrow Wednesday, by the end of the day Wednesday? Which is better for you to text this to me?
So you give them like 24 to 48 hours?
Yep. If I do not get it, I ask permission to follow up with her. Basically, I just tell her I'm going to follow up with her.
You tell her.
I tell her.
I'll follow up.
Yeah, I'll follow up with you. But the latest Wednesday. Cool? She's like, yeah. Okay, awesome. Sometimes I even take it to the next level. I'm like, okay, so who do you have on your mind right now? What's their name? Oh, my mom. Write that down. Like, great, what's her number? And you write that down. Okay, anyone else that you can think of that's on the top of your head? She'll probably list off 3. I'm like, great, so that means, so I have 3 down, so that means you have 2 more seats available. Do you think you can get, how soon can you get the next 2 to me? Cool. So you're setting the expectation, but she's setting the deadline, and if it's too far out, bring her back. She's like, oh, I can get it to you next week. I'm like, oh, that's way too far. Right? I'm like, the last thing I want you to just forget. How about like tomorrow or Wednesday? Which one will work better? It's kind of like the same thing as booking. Everything it kind of falls around the booking, giving them 2 choices and having them pick one and commit. Okay, same thing. I'm kind of going off topic here, but same thing with your share. Same thing with your second appointment. Same thing with, picking a night. It's the same thing. You give them 2 choices.
When it comes to the commitment, like I don't often I don't routinely say I will be there come rain or shine. But in this time of year, when you have people just tend to be really flaky, and that's my terminology, just say flaky. We're all over inundated with the things that we're trying to pack into a summer. And so it's easy to have way too many things on your plate and forget.
Mm-hmm.
I myself had 40, almost 50 orders came in at the end of the month of June. And I totally missed 2 products that needed to go into an order because I was like drinking from a fire hose. So I was so overwhelmed and still trying to plan camping, get ready for seminar. So stuff happens. And so if you look at your own life, if you're dropping the ball in your own life, chances are people are as well. So, in this time of year, this season, it is a good thing to have that. I think that that's great. And so one of the tips that you can use is if you have children, let them know. Okay, once you've confirmed them, you've got the guest list. If not, the guest list is pending. Say, hey, now just as a heads up, I'm going to send you a text message with the address to where we're going so you have that and you'll be able to make it to the appointment. However, because I arrange, for me personally, because I arrange childcare, I need to make sure in advance, I need at least a 24-hour notice, or if you want to do a 2-hour notice, whatever, because my time is especially engaged with you, and I make sure my children are taken care of while I'm getting to focus on you. So if for some reason you can't do it, let me know. Or I will say, and this actually happens a lot more frequently now, is I'll also say, or I will say in lieu of that is, so Gina, I've got you booked for this Wednesday at 3 o'clock, and I'm very excited to see you. But here's the deal. Because my appointments are filling up so fast because it's summer, everyone looks good, they want to get a jump on things early, I need to make sure that if you're going to cancel, if life happens, that you give me at least a 4-hour notice, because I've got people that are just clamoring for appointments. And if you're not able to be it, that's fine. I would like to let another client fill in that spot, because I've got face models, weddings, bride. I just start planting the seed of a little bit each there, so that they understand that it is exclusive and that you are a true business person. And that just kind of makes it a little bit more exclusive and a little bit more enticing, because I'm like, dude, I don't want to miss this appointment. It's just like with your hairdresser. If any of you guys have special hairdressers, both Leslie and Crystal share stories all the time about their hairdressers, and it's like you get that special relationship. When they give you that appointment, you hold that appointment, even if you got to drag half of a body and a booger over that line, because ultimately you'll have to wait a month or 2 months out to get them. So give that exclusive vibe. Let them know that your time is important, and ultimately that's what you want to give that to them, is that understanding of how important time is. Because in truth, there is so much truth that you do have other people that would like your time, and you're giving that time and that slot to them.
Well, then you're speaking it into existence.
Exactly. And then to finish off, to what I was saying too, is just I tell my appointments that I book by appointment only. And I only travel to, groups of whatever, groups of 5 or more, all my one-on-ones I keep here at the studio or in my home. So that is why the guest list is so important, because if it's just going to be you and a friend, then we'll meet here. But that's just how I run my business. You may run yours very differently. And like I said, if life happens, I do have the expectation that you guys give me a 24 to 48 hour heads up. because my books fill quickly. I buy appointment only. And I don't reschedule no-shows or last-minute cancellations unless it's a dire emergency. I do not.
Okay.
That's really nice. That's a good way to let them know. If I don't hear from you in the time of the appointment, I'll assume that you're forfeiting your prize package, and I will give it to the next runner-up.
That's exactly what I say.
Oh, God, that sounds good.
I'm super hardcore, you guys. I don't mess
I
around.
like it.
Right.
Because
Can you
I don't know
repeat
how
that?
many people, I don't think I've ever had.
It's just the last part where
So if I don't hear from you with your guest list by Wednesday at 7 p.m., I will assume that you are forfeiting your gift and gift certificate, and I will pass it along to the next person. But I would hate for you to miss out. I would hate it because I know that you're gonna love it.
I have found that when I send my, the only thing I've found so far that's been working somewhat, I'd say 75% of the time, is when I tell them I'm going to send you a confirmation text with the date and time.
Mm-hmm.
I make an e-invite that they can send out that has my name and number, so their guests will start calling me to RSVP. And I said, if I hear from you by tonight, if I start hearing from your guests tonight, I'll give you a free eyeshadow. And that's my host.
that's from Leopardo, huh?
Yes.
Leopardo script.
Yes. And 9 out of 10 times I will have that eyeshadow given away. Sometimes I don't. And those are usually the parties that don't hold. But there's a few that they gave it to me too late, but they still held.
Mm-hmm.
They were decent parties, but that's
Right.
about, and I schedule that one. I schedule it right when I get off the phone. It's like, go out in 2 days. 2 days after that, I send hey, I'm so excited. Here's a picture of your goodie bags. 2 days after that, I say, did I send you a nap? So I try to get 3 more touches after I book them before their appointment.
So you do a lot of follow-up.
I try.
Which is
when
good.
when I'm consistent with it, it works pretty good. But it's been a process. I'm still trying to. I don't.
Find your rhythm and having that system.
It doesn't always work. So I'm still trying to tweak my words
Uh-huh.
to get them to commit to parties versus one-on-ones.
Mm-hmm.
I have more fun at parties. I'm more energetic at parties, which sometimes helps.
Hopeful.
Right?
And if you, we can post the verbiage on the Facebook page as well to make that easy access, okay? So to be respectful of time, because I do want to adjourn early, we're going to just kind of hit some of the highlights of the other things that we want to discuss. So the other tips are, so number one, your number one tip is do the booking calls, okay? Number one. Number two, track it. You absolutely have to be tracking your booking calls. I don't care if you use a bubble sheet. There's a bubble sheet resource. I have posted in my personal unit page. It's a 21-day booking challenge. I think it has room for 25 phone calls that can be done in a 3-day series. Okay, if you have big goals, it's a great option to use. I have a smaller one that has a slot for 10 booking calls each day, depending on what level of business you want to have. So number 2 is track it. Number 3 tip for successful booking calls to hold is pay attention to the words that you use. You need to use a script. It should be saved. It's something easy, copy and paste. There is a 21-day booking challenge, which is a great scripting to where it keeps you on point. It needs to be practiced. It needs to be practiced. And it's not just a practice it a few times and then call. No, y'all need to be in front of a mirror with like making the faces. My husband can tell you, my kids can tell you, I do it all the time. It's so bad. But notice how the way in which I speak, it changes with the expressions that I'm making. You do it in front of a mirror because it'll help you with muscle memory. It'll help you with recall. And it'll help you with the inflections that you need to make to have a conversation. Because if you are just reading it off of the piece of paper, you're reading words, but you're not giving life to those words. And you need to give life to those words. And in doing so, it's a face-to-face conversation. Okay? So, 1, do the booking calls. 2, track them. 3, pay attention to the words that you're using in terms of scripts. Okay, have them in front of you, be prepared. Number 4, once you have booked the appointment, have a closing statement. As in, if I don't hear from you or get your guest list by whatever, I will assume that you are forfeiting your gift and I will pass it on to the next runner-up. Or I book by appointment only. I will give your appointment up to someone else. Whatever it is that you are most comfortable with that is genuine from your heart so that it gets the conviction behind those words is communicated. Okay, so that's solidifying the appointment. The 5th tip is double and triple booking your appointments.
Yes.
Okay, this is a really important thing to do and to have in place, because the industry standard, whether you do cosmetics, hospitals do it, hotels do it, they all double and triple book. Airplanes will do it, and that is to ensure that your business is thriving. This is a business of servanthood. You are there to serve them, but it is still a business, and you will have no one to serve if people don't show. So double and triple book. It is the summer. Life happens. People drink too much, eat too much. People pass away. Suddenly there's they plan too much and they overextend themselves and they end up at a barbecue and they're like, gosh, I'm supposed to do that. And the time slips away from us. Okay. So understanding that, double and triple book your appointments. Okay. Make sure that you have multiple on the same day and time. Now, if for some reason they both are holding, and you have followed up with them in the morning of, and they're like, yes, I'm going to be there, and you cannot be in 2 places at once, you call your sales director. And you would dovetail it to her or another person in your unit who is capable and confident of working with that other appointment.
And please don't be scared of it.
Yeah, and definitely don't be scared of
Never
dovetailing.
happens.
Myself,
I do
Jenna,
that all
and
the time.
Victoria have Miss Victoria Mom. In this last month, I think we've all at least dovetailed one appointment to each other for random reasons. Like
Out of how many?
Yeah, for the most part, though, it really, so I would say in the last 30 days, where's my calendar? In the last 30 days, I have held at least 15 appointments. Out of those 15 appointments, I dovetailed 1 to Victoria because I had 2 booked at the same time, Miss Victoria Mom, because I had 2 at the same time in 2 different locations. One was in Sacramento, one was in Davis. Okay, out of 15 bookings, that is the one. And if I go 2 months back, I didn't have to dovetail in the last 2 months, except for that one time. So know that it's very rare. Don't be afraid to overbook. You want to overbook, because if you want your business to thrive and to hold, you've got to see the people. Okay.
A great resource for that too would be Ari Hathaway. You can probably find it in the MK Media off of InTouch. She's got a great just recording on dovetailing and double booking. Not dovetailing, but double booking. She kind of dives into dovetailing, but that's part of it.
Just because that's one thing new consultants are always like, and I'm like, please don't be scared of that.
Yeah, it's such a blessing when you actually double book and
It holds.
they both hold
Please.
and it's in the same place. Hello. Or if it's in a different and 2 different places, not only can you just call your sales director and then or if you have a team member who's confident and a master consultant.
So going back to it again, do the booking call, track your booking call, making script to make sure that it is well versed. Okay, practice makes perfect, and having the perfect words makes a perfect booking. Making sure you have a closing statement so that it holds and they understand that you are a business person. This is a professional appointment and you're expecting a professional result and a professional courtesy with respect. And then, of course, double and triple booking is your 5. Those are your 5 tips. Really, it's a simple process, one of which, though, it takes time to master. Because if you do not do all of those steps, you will have gaps in your business. You will have, if you are not using the same script every time with confidence and candor, you will not be able to have multiple bookings. If you are not giving them a reason to hold and letting them know the legitimacy of your business, you might have more bookings fall off and you don't understand why they're not holding. They're not holding because they don't know you, they've never seen you, and you just called them, you gave them an appointment, but they don't have a true vested reason. But if they know that you're going to give their whatever it is up to somebody else because you've set that expectation, they know what to expect when they get there. Okay? I am just so excited to take these small pieces. Let's start really honing in on these trainings that we're doing, implement them this week. There are some of you guys that still have to pack and get your stuff together for seminar, because I know you guys are, some of us are procrastinators. I actually just washed one of my dresses for seminar. Just because. But so
I won't pack till Saturday.
right. So my best suggestion is, these are 5 simple tips. Do not expect to master them, but please put them in place. In the next 48 hours to 5 days, depending on which seminar you are attending, make sure to have your leads with you. This is a perfect opportunity to double, triple, quadruple book when you get back, because I guarantee you're going to come back with a heart so full of joy and excitement and so much energy, you're not going to know what to do with yourself. It's going to be like having the biggest Red Bull ever and not having to go to the bathroom afterwards.
It's so true.
Okay. If you are not attending seminar for whatever reason, I stand in no judgment, but I stand here with a purpose to tell you, do not let this time pass you by, and do not sit and watch other people who are attending seminar and feel regret. Work this business as it is intended, which is a business. Whether you started this to be a hobby or a fun time, a part-time or full-time, the one thing in common with all of it is that it takes time to build. And in order to do that, you need to set the time aside to book the calls, to book the people into the appointments, to see them, to put product on the faces, to make your sales, to make your business successful. I hope that you choose this next week to put the time into yourself, because you deserve it, because no matter where you are, it is a wonderful and joyous opportunity to share this product with every person. Have a great Monday.
Bye, guys.
Do you know they're live streaming seminar opening?